so much for your time, and we also thank the viewers that are there watching us today. Now, believe today due to our own story, some persons or some people are going to be inspired by our own story. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you too very much. Thank you too. Yes, it's a beautiful session we are going to have. You can see the couple, beautiful couple, and today they are joining me here from Brescia, but they are originally from Niger. Yes, yeah, they are Nigerians. We are all a family in the kingdom of God. We are all one. We are from the kingdom of God, and no country seizes or gives us boundary from each other. Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Joshua EHIBOR, we want to know about your story. We want you to share with us your name, where you come from, how many years you've been married, what you do, and everything. Please go ahead.
I'll start first. My name is Clara, and I'm from Nigeria, but based in Italy, living in Italy. I'm a businesswoman, entrepreneur. Nothing much.
Okay. I know your husband will add a bit more to it. Mr. EHIBOR, you can go on.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. As I said before, we are really honored for this great privilege. As she has said, we are from Nigeria, living in Italy, and by God's grace, special grace of God, we have been in Italy for the past 5 years now, and we thank God for His grace. True.
Wow, thank God. As you said, Mrs. said she is an entrepreneur. I want to know what she does, so that if we need her services or we need something from her, whatever she's selling, we can get back to her. Mrs. EHIBOR, what do you deal with? What are you into?
Okay. Although we sell beautiful laces, beautiful Hollandis, different grades, different types, and any material. We deal in materials, not just materials. But if I should call the names, like Hollandis and laces, so that's it.
Okay, and so if you are in need of any cloth for all locations, you can get to Mr. and Mrs. Joshua EHIBOR for your outing.
For any special occasion like birthdays, wedding, marriages, any good celebration, we are there for you guys. And you can also reach out to us through our Instagram page, which is CJ Ventures on Instagram, even on Facebook.
CJ Ventures.
And you can actually get some information there that you may actually want to need or be of help to you.
Okay, and so you can find them on Facebook, CJ Ventures. You can DM them, and then they will get back to you. They will give you pictures of everything that they have, and then you can have your choice. Thank you so much. Now we know a bit about you. There is one thing we don't know. How many years have you been married, Mr. and Mrs. EHIBOR? I know you celebrated your anniversary this month. Yes.
Yes. Actually, we got married the year 2019, and 2019, yes, September 14th.
Okay. Wow, September.
Making 2 years now.
Yes, okay. September, the month of delivery. Whatever God has instilled in you. Yeah, it is a celebration month for many of us. We thank God for how far. We want to know, Mr. and Mrs. EHIBOR, how did you two meet? It is said that marriage is not about gazing in the eyes of each other, but looking in the same direction, having the same focus, looking into the interest of the other. We want to know, how did you two meet?
Okay.
That's that first for you. Okay. Let me start first. We both met, or okay, I would like to say I met him or he met me. We both met in school though, and back then in school, and we get to know each other. As time goes on, gradually we understood ourselves, and although we met in school, that was it.
This is in Nigeria, right?
Yeah, in
Nigeria.
Okay.
I was in my 300 levels, and she was in her 100 levels. She was just a new intake in school.
Wow.
And we actually met in fellowship, in campus fellowship, school fellowship. I think it was Redeem Fellowship. Was Redeem at that time. Redeem Fellowship, which we both met there 8 years ago, if I'm mistaken. So that was actually, or where we actually met and where our story came up.
Oh, so sister and brother, Sister Clara and brother Joshua, they met in fellowship in school, right? We are so much glad to have you. Talking about how you met, I know you met, as you said, in Nigeria, but your reunion in Italy, how did it come about? I heard a bit of the story and I was so much amazed to hear, like, you met in Nigeria but you found yourselves here in Italy. How did that come about?
Okay.
Very long story.
Very long story. We'll try to make it short.
Okay, no problem.
You know, started 2016. That was 2016. My husband and my boyfriend. After I celebrated my birthday, that was February, if I'm not mistaken. He left. He told me about this trip, and he left, and I was alone in Nigeria. I couldn't stay back all myself. I wasn't happy. I became sick and all that. So I just told him, I want to come with you. I can no longer stay in Nigeria. I just want to be where you are. And he said, okay, no problem.
I was in Libya then.
Yeah, you're in Libya. And okay, I started my journey. And before I got to Libya, he crossed the entire Italy, and I got to Libya. And okay, after 1 month, I crossed as well. But when I crossed, I got to Italy. I was hoping, my expectation, what I was expecting wasn't what I got when I entered Italy. Like, my expectation was like, when I get here, I'm just going to meet him, and like, just be together. But when I got here, what I saw wasn't what I was expecting.
I know what you are trying to say, because I work with the agency, the immigration agency, and we hear lots of stories of how the journey is, and that is what makes me marvel about your story, because he left from Nigeria to Libya. You were not with him, so with all the routes, how come you came to meet him here? That marvels me. I want to hear that part of the story, because he left, he was in Libya, and then you left Nigeria. He was in Italy, you went to Libya. How come? And then you found yourself together here in Italy.
Okay, I think I have to come in now. Actually, when I left, which was February 2016, and we're together, and I told her I have to leave for Libya although she initially it was not that easy to convince, but at the end I was able to go, and I left in February. Then I got to Libya. When I got to Libya, she started insisting that she had to come, she can't be alone, this, that. Okay, all right. Due to the fact that I passed through the same way, and with the help of some of my brothers who also do that, I asked, okay, the next month, March, I think it was March, she took off and came to Libya. But before she arrived in Libya, I was already in Italy.
So you were in contact with her all this while throughout the journey?
No, I was not present with her.
Were you in contact with her? Were you hearing from her? Was there communication?
Yes. I was actually in contact with her, with Donkey on phone. I was in contact with her, not until until she got to Italy, I was still in contact with her.
Wow.
I was in contact with her.
Wow.
We were in contact with each other.
What a courage from Mrs. Clara to have joined him. You gathered courage to go through by sea to come and join your love. You see, this is what love can do. They were looking into the same direction. I don't know whether I would have been able to do that. Going through, yes, I hear the story and how you arrived by boat through Libya, and then even from Libya to Italy, how it is for her to have gathered so much courage to have done that. Big ups to you, Mrs. Clara. Wow. And so once you both arrive in Italy with Acolienta, finding you a place and all that, how were you able to go to commission and everything and then find her and come together at the end?
I think that was a big deal. When we arrived Italy, and most especially when she arrived Italy, because her expectation was when she just arrived Italy, they would just bring her to that very spot I am, and we'll just be together. Or not to her, or not to us that you may arrive here and the other will arrive there, or you'll be
posted to different places.
You understand?
Yes.
But fortunately, we were not too far, because I was in Sicily and she was in Calabria. Although there was a very big distance, long distance, but at least it was not too far. I was in Sicily, she was in Calabria, but due to the fact that we were pursuing other colleagues, we were busy making sure we put things together. We were not able to meet up to see each other, because she was going to school, I was also going to school. You know, we have to do all those things before we'll have the
when
time.
You arrive in Italy, Mr. Joshua, when you arrive in Italy and she was not here, once she got here, how were you able to know that she has been posted to where she was? How did you get to her? Because I know when you arrive, you don't have any means of communication, and you don't have anybody to help you. Then it means you don't even know you don't know her whereabouts.
Yeah.
No, it's all like before I entered, my husband already entered, and he already had a phone to sing. You know, he called me almost every time with that sing. Yes, I was in Libya. So that number, he's been calling me. I took it and I saved it.
Okay.
I saved the number.
Okay.
So when I arrived, he never knew. I was the one that called him, like, I'm here, I'm in Radio Calabria. We just entered, and it was like, wow. No. as I started again.
Okay, because that was where I couldn't get. I know that there is no means of communication. Maybe you might not even have a phone because they might have collected them from you throughout the journey. So how would you know he is in Brescia, he is in Sicily, or he is in Napoli? You don't know anything. So I wanted to understand how you two migration from Nigeria. The man sets off, the woman decides to follow him. How then did you go through all that? Wow, this is what love can do. Can I say that? This is what love can do. Wow, we thank God. It is really a beautiful story to have such a courage to still push on to meet your loved one even throughout a tedious journey. Okay, we want to talk a bit about marriage, how it came about, and then pregnancy and all that. So let's say, when did you decide that you want to get married?
Actually, we after our schooling in Calabria and Sicily, and I had to come to Brescia for, let's say, cleaner pastures or what like that. So I came to Brescia, and I saw that, okay, although when I came to Brescia, I tried to continue my schooling again, and when I was through, I got a job. Then I had to contact her. She had already finished her school then in Calabria, and said, okay, why not come to Brescia and see if you get something better? Because here there's a brighter opportunity for you to come than being in Calabria. She said, okay, but I think the best thing, let's try and search online, So that was how she started searching for a job online. She got a job in Verona, not too far from Brescia, and she came to Verona and started working in Verona. So by the time she has worked for about 1 year, and we saw that our relationship was not stronger, and we cannot longer keep on extending in years. It has already been 8, then it was about 6 years, and we're like, well, love has found us here. What are we going to do? We have to, put things in place. Already my mom, my dad, they all know her because they left right from Nigeria. So, and okay, since let love lead. And when I saw that I was settled to settle down, and she said, okay, yeah, she's ready, and we had to continue or start up our marriage issues. So that was how it all started in 2019, and here we are.
Wow, we thank God. Let's go to Facebook and YouTube and check what our families are writing or wants to communicate to us. Yes, we have our own mommy, also Mommy KK Dazi. She's saying that school has a lot of blessings, including prospective spouse. Very, very true. Education is very, very important. I can really say that you couple are doing very well for yourself, because I meet lots of people who move from Africa right into coming to Italy, and when they narrate their story, then when we meet them at the questura or the police station, they don't it seems like they don't want to do anything for them, so they don't want to go to school. When they are asked, so when you wake up in the morning, what do? He said, I don't do anything, I just sweep, I eat, then I go about. When it's evening, I come home and come and eat. But you can hear Mr. and Mrs. Joshua EHIBOR telling us she was going to school, he was going to school. They were every time occupied doing something, and I know that this also encourages those who are looking after them as the agencies to help them more in their journey. That is what I believe has brought them so far. I would encourage, if you are watching us and you have made that journey and you are here, it shouldn't be that you only stay in the house or you stay in Akulienta because you want them to give you food, but you do something for yourself. Let them have the reason to still help you. I have met people who will say, they give us only pasta, they don't give us our African food to eat. But you can understand that one day when you have your own money and always buying African food, it's even expensive. So you have to manage what they are giving you from the Akulienta. Somebody will say they don't give us, the money they give us for upkeep is too small. And we, the interpreters, are marveled to hear somebody complain about that, because right in Africa, nobody takes care of you. So if you have an opportunity for somebody to give you such an opportunity, you need to do all your best, just as our couple did and they are still doing. Wow. Big up to you. You are doing very, very, very much. And I hope that anybody listening to us, or any friend that you have, or any couple, or any friend that comes to you with such problem, or I've come from Africa, I've come from Nigeria, and this is what I want to do, you have something to tell that person, because they are helping, but they still need us to do much more for our own selves. Today, in 5 years, they are entrepreneurs, they are working, they have a beautiful family. Let's go into pregnancy. Yes, pregnancy. I want to know from Mr. EHIBOR how the news of pregnancy was broken to you. How did you know about your wife's pregnancy? How did that happen?
I think by God's grace, I was actually at my night shift. It was on a very good, I think, Friday or Thursday night. I was at work. She messaged me that she had a surprise package for me, and I said, "Are you okay? Do you want me to come home?" Or I was at night shift that day. And she said, "No, take your time and come home." So I couldn't even walk very well, but I just managed to come because I was expecting the
surprise.
So I got home and she revealed to me, but due to the smile on her face then, and it was kind of a prank or a joke.
A prank.
I'm not sure. So I just played away with it. The next morning we slept. Then the next morning she brought it out again and opened a pause for me to see the test she has done, and it was a very big surprise to me, and I really saw that she was pregnant. It was very great, and I was very happy and glad, because it was actually a dream come true, what we have been hoping and expecting to happen. So I was so glad.
Wow. Let's see again in Facebook. Mr. OSIKANIYERE is saying this is love. Yes, I believe this is love. When I see them, I watch them and I admire them so much. It says you make you do many. Intelligent woman. Yes, I believe very much so that Mrs. Clara EHIBOR is so much intelligent. This is also a credit that goes to an understandable husband, because without the support of the husband, she wouldn't have made it that far. So Sikene is saying this is what love can do. Of course, to go through such a journey to meet the one you love shows that it should be love and not any other thing. Mrs. Judith Ekuya Asante says, wow, what a courage. This sounds like a movie. Of course, when I heard it, I was so much amazed that happened to them. Well done. More grace to you both. Mr. Skinny said, let love lead. Powerful. Yes, it is love that will lead them, or to have brought them that far. Mrs. EHIBOR, I want to ask you, what about pregnancy? What about pregnancy did you like so much or you didn't like?
I loved everything about pregnancy, although I knew it was going to be like that. You know, that money sickness, and because I have big aunties, sisters, and I grew up with them, so I know how it is. So I wasn't expecting much, and
yes,
I loved all of them because I've seen them before. But I wasn't used to some, but I just need to accept them because it's normal, it's natural. So I can't just take it out. So I need to accept them in. Yeah.
I always say that one thing that I loved was the fact that I can eat without thinking about my tummy, how it is showing, how big it is, because you can obviously see that my tummy is big because I'm pregnant. When you're not pregnant and your tummy is big, when you are walking, then you'll be watching, is somebody watching, or you have to box it up with a corset or something. So I loved it, the fact I don't have to think about anything. And I loved food, you see. In pregnancy, you are pampered. I will ask Mr. EHIBOR, what are some of the things he did to help you in your pregnancy? Women love to be pampered. Not to say when they are pregnant, it is more. You need to pamper them more. Mr. EHIBOR, what are some of the things you did to help your wife or to pamper her?
It was a very great moment, mostly with our very first child, Olive. It was a very, very great moment. Although it was tough, because everyone knows, living abroad without your family members or close friends is tough. But we were able to conquer, and I was able to conquer as well.
Were there some of the
much? I don't know if I did much, but the little I did, I don't know if it's sufficient to us. But actually, I know I tried to be patient and all of that, because I know that it's actually not very easy. Although during the very first pregnancy, she was although off and on. She was not around because she was still working at that time. She was off and on and all of that. So I actually did not, in terms of, I was actually doing the house stuff, because I was actually most of the time at home. She was not at home, so I did not actually do much for her at that time, because she goes to work, and when I'm at home I do the rest of that.
Mr. EHIBOR, if you are doing house chores when she's away at work, it is a great thing you are doing to help. I think you have taken half of her problem away, because she has to go to work and then come home and do house chores. So if that is what you've been doing, on top you said you had lots of patience, then it means you had it all. It is okay for us. Or what do you say, Mrs. EHIBOR?
Yeah, it was okay for me. It was sufficient, but we even knew that it was. We still want more. We still want more.
We still want more.
For me, I was okay with it.
Wow. Wow. We are so much happy to hear about that. Let's talk about delivery, on the day of delivery. How did that happen? Were you in the house? Did your water broke home? Did you go to the hospital? You were sent back home? How did it happen?
Wow, that's very pregnancy. Oh, you God. It was like, my first time. I really don't know how it is. Even when a little cramp come, I would think the baby stop me and like, okay, it has started.
We actually went to the hospital.
God knows how many times.
Yes, yes.
3 a.m. in the morning, we'll be in Chibile, we'll be in Osakana, off and on.
My water broke. Cramp came when I was having this heavy cramp. I never knew if the baby was coming because when I went to the hospital, they told me it's not yet. I should go back because it's my first pregnancy, so I need to go back. So when I got home, I noticed the pain was becoming too unbearable for me, and my husband was there. He didn't go to work, so he needed to call ambulance to come and pick me up. So when they came, they took me to the hospital, and they saw, okay, fine, water has not yet broken, but it's not yet open. No, it's what are we waiting for? Okay, then after that, it took about, I went to the hospital, I think that was around 7 in the morning, then around 11 p.m. in the night, that's 11:59 p.m., that was when my water broke.
Wow.
Yes, that was my water broke. 11:59 p.m., that was when my water broke.
All those while, were you having contractions?
Yeah,
I was having contractions.
Wow, so much hours. Wow, you can go on.
Then when my water broke, and after the water broke, still not yet. There was still contraction, but it was coming on and on and on. The pain was coming, was getting severe, unlike the first one was getting severe, and they said no, I should wait. I needed to wait till 9 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
That was when my baby came out, and how the baby even come out, they told me to go to the labor room to go and wait for them there. I couldn't. I just stood up. I knew the baby was coming, so I stood up. I noticed something was coming down, so I just bent down and I pushed myself.
Wow.
Okay, I already gave back to my baby.
Wow, so you were not even at the labor room.
Yeah, I gave back to my baby. Everyone in the doctor came was surprised and told the nurse, bring her, let her lie down on the bed. They're not placing on the bed, and I needed to bring her the baby out properly, and that was it.
Wow. All this while, where was Mr. EHIBOR?
I was actually, that day I did not go to work because it started early in the morning, and I just called them. I will not be able to come to work today, so I was with her. Ambulance took her to the hospital, and I followed them because they told me it was during that time the coronavirus was just starting, and they said I cannot be with her, but I followed them with my vehicle, and we went to the hospital. Although they left there, it was not that tough like this. Then when the coronavirus started, it was not as tough as this. But they did not allow me to be very close. But I was there, but I was not very close. So that was actually what happened on that day, and when after the child came out, it was me they gave the child to.
Wow, the excitement, the moments we have been waiting for. When you first saw your baby, what was going on in your mind?
Marvelous.
Yeah.
Because actually, this is a baby that we have actually prayed or believing for, hoping for. We were just setting this. We had our mindset that our first child will be a girl. And actually, when the pregnancy came, when we checked, right from Nigeria, when we checked, and it was certain, and it was a baby girl. So when this baby girl came, it was a heart filled with joy, like fulfillment.
Yeah.
So that was what happened, and it was very, very great.
That is what God can do. We have been told that we should be intentional about anything that concerns us, that whatever you need, just as you need it by the will of God, we know that He can make it. It is said that what God cannot do does not exist. Mr. and Mrs. EHIBOR prayed right from Nigeria. Before they got married, they said they wanted a baby girl, and that is the exact thing God gave them. I heard you mention Olive as the name of your first girl. What is the meaning of Olive, and what is behind the choosing of the name Olive?
You see, just like, thank you very much. Just like what we were saying just now, that we prayed and we were certain about what we wanted, that it would be a girl. And when we were being certain, we are also certain about the name.
The name.
Name, we had name even before. We don't know if it will be. We already believe and know that it will be a girl. And the name, we have 6-8 years ago we prayed about this holy. We already have this name. We already have this name. Maybe God knows that it cannot be a boy. So that cannot keep holding to a boy. So we already have this name even before now. 8 years ago, we had this name together. We prayed for it together. We love this name together. You know,
because it's like something pure, something so powerful. Like even in the Bible, it said there's this mountain Olive, when Jesus wept. Mountain Olive. Yeah, that was the last place. I'm sure Jesus prayed where blood gushed out. The very last place he prayed before he was betrayed by Judas Iscariot. I think it's something holy, something pure. You just can't tell. Just can't tell. Something you just can't explain.
It's something very pure in sense, in related to our love. So we made that name out of our pure love, because it was like she's the one that through our kind of pure love that she came. So with that name and with her, our love that we have been into truly has been fulfilled. So that is why it is very special for us.
Wow.
And that's how we came about the name and everything about holy. It's actually the celebration of our love. The trueness, the pureness of our love.
A journey that has brought together this couple, looking in the same direction, a pure love that has been cultivated. And then he mentioned one, we said fulfillment. So it's like it came to crown everything up that gave them a fulfillment. Yeah, a pure love. That is why they gave to their daughter Olive. Wow. God bless Lady Olive so much for bringing her into our lives. We want to talk about combining work with being a parent. Combining work. How was that for Mrs. EHIBOR and also for you, Mr.? How was it for you combining work and then having a baby for the very first time?
Combining work and having a baby, it was somehow stressful though, if I use that word. I won't say it was easy, you know, first time mom and what I was doing before, although the work I was actually doing, I stopped to begin this my entrepreneur, but when I started this entrepreneur, when I started doing this my business and all, it wasn't that easy. So I give more to my children, and I try to also give more to the work. I try, like, if I was having 1 hour, I need to share it. 30 go for this, 30 go for this. No, I not only before I put all the 1 hour into the business. Now I need to share it into. I need to manage my time and all. Although all the same, it's all great. It's all good. Nothing bad. It's still the same. I would say so. I would say.
What about Mr. EHIBOR?
Well, you know, everyone knows that, like I said before, we are in a place where we actually have to adapt, even when it's difficult, but we actually try to adapt because we are not in a place where we have loved ones like our mothers, our fathers, and sisters and brothers. So we actually have to help ourselves and make things right. So trying to make work, and for me as a man and as a father that is working, although the difference is there, because when I was single without no one, I actually know, then I can go along doing 12 hours, 11 hours shift and all of that. I don't even have feelings, or I don't even feel, you know, when I wake up the next day, I'm still ready to still do that 11 hours, 12 hours. It was never a problem. But later, it became challenging because the time I have to sleep, I have a newborn baby that we have to wake up, if not every 30 minutes.
Every 30 minutes.
So I have to I cannot leave it for just the mother. Even if I try to sleep, I cannot even sleep because when the baby is crying, there's no way I can sleep. So I still have to be awake. You know, it was no longer very easy. So I have to now be adjusting my working hours, and long time I no longer do those 12, 11 hours and all of that. It is challenging, but at the same time,
it's a blessing.
It's fun and it's an experience that when you look at it and you see love, you smile and you be happy. So I know it's challenging, but at the same time, it was it was the challenge and all of that. So that's it.
You can see the way Mrs. EHIBOR is looking at the husband, so loving. He said it's challenging, but he's wow. You know, our challenges as parents outweighs what we feel or what we have for our children overweighs the challenge. Even when you are tired, when you see them, your tiredness goes away, and then you are filled with strength again to do what you are supposed to do as a parent. Children are indeed a blessing, and we want to take this note to tell God that anybody in our circle, anybody around us, any loved one who is seeking for the fruit of the womb, we know that He is a God He is still in His miracle business. He can do it. What He can do, what He cannot do does not exist. He can do anything that we can ever ask. And it is our prayer that He will also give unto any couple, any home that is looking for the fruit of the womb. That is one of the aim of this program. We know that God has heard us, and He will do so. We will have testimonies on this platform. Wow.
Amen.
All too soon. Our time is getting up, and then we will want to wrap up. But we want to ask Mr. We have talked about the fulfilling things about being a parent. But let me ask you, maybe he has a little more to add. We want to ask, what are some of the things that makes you fulfilled as a parent?
What makes me fulfilled? In short, looking at my wife and looking at my kids, I feel fulfilled. Even in my younger age, I know by now at least I am fulfilled to have these great people around me, and it actually gives me more courage and gives me more power to do more. And if I look at how,
please, so if you say to do more, are you referring to doing more children? I know.
No, you do more in the strength, in sense of doing greater things. I mean, doing greater things.
It wouldn't be bad if you do more anyway. I know Olive came, and then surprisingly, we also had another baby. I don't know whether you were expecting or it came by the will of God, or how did it happen? How do you have the second baby? Because it was a bit of a surprise to us.
Yes, it was a surprise to the people, but it wasn't surprising to us because it was actually what we wanted.
Wow.
You know, even after the baby came, the other baby boy, it was actually what we hoped for or we prayed for. You know, we let's say God made it happen because He knew what we wanted. So at that very particular time, that was actually what we wanted, and it came.
It was during Corona season, but God decided to bless us with a beautiful boy. Yes, it was during Corona. It was challenging, but it took so much courage, and God also saw you guys through, and then we had our baby boy. Wow, thank you so much. Mrs. EHIBOR, what made some of the things that has made you fulfilled as a parent or as a newly mom?
I'm fulfilled because looking at, just as my husband just said, looking at what God has blessed me with, what I have, what I never expected. I never knew it would be like this. I never dreamed this far. My expectation, but not this far. And me, I'm seeing it happening right now. I'm fulfilled. I'm overjoyed. I don't know. I'm just so much. I'm just so much fulfilled, and I'm happy and grateful to God for this blessing He has brought to my way, because they are blessings to me. Yes. My husband, having these lovely kids, they brought me nothing but joy and happiness. So I'm just so blessed and fulfilled, man.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Joshua EHIBOR, for coming to this show to come and share with us your beautiful love story and your pregnancy diary with us. We don't take you for granted at all. We are very much privileged, and we thank you so much for making it up to us. All too soon, as I said, it is time to run down, and then we want to say a very big thank you to you, our viewers. Let's see. I think I have something on Facebook, some comments before we close everything. Yes, Ms. Osikani said that's normal for the first pregnancy, yes, to have challenges right from the beginning, but as time went on, you will by all means get used to. Mrs. Osikaniye again said, what an amazing couple. They are amazing indeed. Mrs. Judy Equiatando is saying, oh, a product of pure and strong love indeed. Yes, so Chooks Esiwo, Asiwo says, beautiful. Yes, they are very, very beautiful. Lastly, Mrs. Osikaniye said, that won't be bad. Children are a blessing. That is to say that you can still have more because they are a blessing God gives.
Not now.
Yes, it is a blessing, but we still have to take into consideration lots of things before we decide to have more. Of course, it is. Thank you so much. We know you have been blessed, and we know you have been encouraged. We know that by these experiences, it will also inspire you in your life. We know that as the Bible says, children are a blessing. Marriage is a blessing. It's a blessing. It is an institution that God Himself made, and He gave children as a blessing unto us. This is all that we have for you today, and we say God richly bless you, and we hope to see you the next time. This is the Virtuous Woman. Bye for now.